Hey, it's me. This is a part 2, a continuation of what I started last week. So if you're walking in right now, you're walking into the party in an awkward time. Okay, we've already had the celebration. We already sang happy birthday. The decorations are still up, but only because I haven't taken them down. You know, it's just kind of a weird time right now. So I think you should leave. No. Don't leave. Stay. But go. But come back. If you haven't seen part 1 already, definitely want to watch that first because that will explain everything. But for those of you who've already been there, done that, hi, now you're here now doing this. As promised, today I will continue my journey through my guidebook and continue creating all the bios for all of my characters. Last week, I spent all day doing this. Okay, all day. And I was able to get about half of the bios written. I know that it looks really snappy, but most of the time I'm sitting here just like completely silently working on these bios. I'm struggling a little bit. This isn't my forte, but we're doing it. I have to do this. It is my burden to bear. So for volume 2, the book itself is much the same format as volume 1. I did change the little background image just to kind of freshen things up and differentiate the two books. So let's just do this. Let's stop messing around. I have my nifty little laptop here, which,
oh, look at that.
The back is so plain. Yes, I got a new laptop, and so now it's no longer decorated the way that my old laptop was decorated, and that makes me
Really sad.
and I need to fix it, but not right now because I'm really busy doing something else right now. So, character bios.
Hi.
Take a seat here. It is a different day. You can tell because I'm wearing a different jacket. Also, the decorations are gone. I want to address a few things that you guys brought up in the comments of last week's video. In the midst of all the very positive feedback that I got from you guys, there were a fair amount of concerns as well. Number 1, Shelly and Eustace. I am ordering my guidebook in chronological order. Shelly and Eustace have the same creation date because they were created in the same video. A fair amount of people were upset and disturbed by the fact that in my guidebook ordering, Shelly comes first, when in the video, Eustace was actually created first. The fact that many people took the time to point this out is shocking. Y'all are intense. So I have made that correction. I've switched the order of Shelly and Eustace in the book. Does that make you happy? Moving on, the next is a little bit worse. Serene Sky. We have to talk about it. In last week's video, I called this character a whale. Sky whale. She is not. She is a seal, and many people pointed this out and were very upset. Rightfully so. I think that this is justified. How could I do this? I want to formally apologize to all of you for that, as well as to Serene Sky. Serene, girl, I am so sorry. I have made this correction to her page, and hopefully one day she will come to forgive me. The third complaint that I noticed a lot of was probably the biggest and the most common complaint. Sobbing over characters that were eliminated from the book. Bill and the red panda, but mostly freaking Bill. I'm sorry. I am not including Bill in this book. I can't do it. His face is too terrible. I know that some of you disagree. Physically cannot draw him. I am thinking that for a future video, I could bring back the list of rejected characters and try to save them. Maybe I fix them. Maybe I do something to make them more appealing. There might be hope. I hope that that helps. But for today, they're still dead. Let's move on into another very, very long video, and I hope you stick with me. I hope you do. Let's just do this. Aha! Pale Plum is the last character that we did. So we left off the very end of 2021, and here we go, starting out right at the butt crack of 2022 with Jerry the Cherry. Jerry the Cherry is a cherry with a butt crack. While his rotund backside is one of his best features, Jerry is truly adorable from all angles. I know I tend to show him from the back a lot because of the booty, and it is
Gorge.
I'm kind of sad that I don't see it in the guidebook, but I really just wanted to see Jerry's front on face. Next is Derek. Derek is the mischievous, is it mischievous or mischievous? Mischievous. Derek is the mischievous son of Shelly and Eustace. He likes to start trouble, but often in discreet ways. Remember when he gave Wilfred a single scoop of ice cream, but hid the fact that he ordered a double scoop for himself? Vicious. Next is Lemon. Oh my gosh. We're getting into some characters here. Her lemon patterned bow has earned her name. Was she born with it? Who knows? This bunny has a passion for lemons, the color yellow, and of course, her soulmate,
Lime.
onto the nipple babies. I almost didn't include the nipple babies in this guidebook because I'm like, the nipple babies. But after I illustrated them, I actually liked them more. We rebonded. None of them had names, so I did have to give them names. This one I went with Nippleberry. This special creature is a peculiar breed called a nipple baby. The nipple babies used to be regular babies, I think, right? I think that's how it goes. Until they drank magical potions from their baby bottles. Okay. Nipton. Nipton's magic baby bottle potion has turned him into an ice cream themed nipple baby. The more he drank, the further the ice cream dripped down his face. And the final nipple baby is Gus. It's just Gus. As soon as he realized his baby bottle had been swapped with a magical cheeseburger potion, Gus stopped drinking. It was too late, Gus. Gus now sports a cheeseburger nipple head. Next is Millie, and we're getting into the main worker bunnies. Millie is a part of the worker bunny group who make it their duty and responsibility to paint rainbows on dilapidated objects. I mean, can we just stop? Thank you. Millie is responsible for the pink of the rainbow. Her meek and gentle demeanor contrasts with her fierce work ethic. Willie. He considers himself the leader of the other 5 bunny painters, but he also happens to do the least amount of work. Willie spends more time talking than painting. Lime's green painted section is often sloppy or missing altogether. He spends most of his time romancing Lemon instead of painting. You'd think that they would like get over each other at some point. Billy.
I love Billy.
His skittish nature keeps him from forming close relationships.
That's kind of sad.
But he doesn't let his fears keep him from being a team player. Final worker bunny is Tilly. Tilly insists on being upside down at all times. If you think you've seen her right side up, it's probably that the world has actually turned upside down. Some may even call her dumb. Sorry, that's what they say, not me. Maybe all that hanging upside down is killing brain cells. Celia Evangelina Diamethus. Celia is a sensitive soul whose biggest accomplishment was finding a rainbow shell in the ocean. Celia felt this beauty so deeply, she suddenly sprouted rainbow stars and freckles all over her body. That's a normal physical response. The Cloud Bear, we're into the Sky Bears now. Why do I make so many sets? Cloud Bear is the sleepiest of the Sky Bears, maybe the sleepiest of everyone in the world. He lives on the fluffiest cloud in the sky and only opens his eyes a couple times a year. The eyes opening. Rainbow Bear. Okay. This Sky Bear is so painfully sweet, it's almost disgusting. No, it is disgusting. I have struggled to design her body. The last time I tried to draw her full body was on the playing cards. I hated the way it looked. For the guidebook version, I tried so many different things, but it just didn't look good. So I made her body plain pink. I think that's how it's gonna look now. Oh, the Psychopath Sunshine Bear. Sunshine Bear is the epitome of a morning person. Don't be that. Okay, I'm just kidding. Her high levels of energy are off-putting to some, especially Cloud Bear. He's trying to sleep. Her favorite thing to do is play loud music and jump from cloud to cloud in a very chaotic dance. Flobby. Flobby is a moody hybrid between Flower and Blob. Her favorite response to almost everything is meh, 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 meh. Is she ever impressed? Not really. Next, it's Jimmy. Oh my gosh. How do I write the Jimmy bio? I'm not qualified. Jimmy is amazing. Let's be dramatic. He is fiercely protective of his best friend, the Popsicle. Anytime he feels the Popsicle is being threatened, Jimmy's wrath emerges. You don't want to be at the mercy of Jimmy's wrath. Oh, next is the Bean Bodies. Okay, buckle up. We got a series coming. Oh, my fingers. Okay. Tom. Tom is an alien bean body who lives a peaceful life on planet Nophalophagus. And yes,
Yes.
my chair keeps squeaking. His eyes are fine. We like them like that. Zuzu. Zuzu is a baby alien bean body who finds himself in precarious situations. This wild baby often requires one of the other bean bodies to come to his rescue. Boops. Boops will rush into any situation where he thinks he can emerge as a hero. Oh, he's trying to be the hero. Boops, just stop. We're still waiting for that to happen though. Dotsy Why did a piece of confetti just fall out of the sky? Dotsie is a high energy bean body, unbeknownst, is that how you spell it? Unbeknownst to her, Dotsie is usually the root of the pandemonium and recklessly chases fun and adventure. Mika is smart and efficient, which are rare traits when it comes to alien bean bodies. Tutu, she is kind-hearted but spends a little too much time fluffing her fuzzy coat in the mirror. Has she really been grooming herself for 2 hours? Girl, hello, and this is just a very quick reminder that the products that I released last week are still available to purchase, but will not be available for that much longer. If you want the exclusive 10 million celebration pickle plush, complete with rainbow cake and working candle, or one,
Or all.
of the generational bags, which are crammed with tons of different characters of mine, gradients of color, and lots of high quality finishes and details, you can use the QR code on the screen to find these. There's only 2 weeks left on the pre-order for these items, and after that, they will go away. Thank you. Bye. We're moving on to Tiger. You know, I like Tiger and everything.
Kind of.
This is one of my least favorite drawings in the guidebook. I just don't know how to fix it. Anyway, she always has a positive attitude and doesn't mind at all that her twin, Chubs, gets way more attention. Mega Chubs. And I debated, should I put original Chubs in the guidebook and Mega Chubs? We don't care about original Chubs. Let's just forget about him. Mega Chubs has eaten his way to mega status. When he was just plain Chubs, he was sad all the time, but Mega Chubs couldn't be happier. What's the difference? Cake. It's cake. Rain Bear. Oh, I did feel like one of the Sky Bears was missing. I forgot. I created Rain Bear after the fact. Let's bring in some drama for him. Rain Bear is sad. So sad. So very sad. This Sky Bear not only feels his own sadness, but bears the weight of the entire world. Sadness. If you have ever felt sad, Rain Bear has cried a tear for you. I did a set of 3 peg dolls with fruit heads. This is them. Benny. Benny often feels frustrated due to an unusual predicament. His head is stuck inside an orange. He's being dramatic. It's great to have your head stuck in an orange. Melanie, you may remember, if you have a great memory, that I've already named a character Melanie. I named this Melanie first. I named a different character Melanie very recently. I'm keeping both of them because they have different spellings. Unlike her friend Benny, Melanie embraces the life of a fruit-headed animal. Glad to see somebody has a good attitude. Okay, Tyler. Tyler's so freaking weird. I don't know what to say about Tyler. He once stole all muffins from a bakery and secretly ate each one under a park bench. He insisted on walking backwards for a week straight after that. Then he took a 3-hour shower and started walking normally again. Flobelina. She was a polar bear first, and I added the petals to her after the fact, but it doesn't really make sense. She's a flower blob, a flob, because she was a polar bear. How can I reconcile this? Flobelina joined the Flobs after she lost her polar bear family. We don't know what that means. Did they die or did they just get lost? Either way, it's pretty sad. The Flobs are extremely welcoming. As long as you have the petals, you're in. Flobelina added an array of bright rainbow petals and never looked back. Next, Scribbles. Scribbles has an infectious flair for creativity. She even turned herself into an art project by scribbling all over her fur. Strawberry. She loves nothing more than to slip on her color-blocked jacket and venture out on shopping adventures with her cousin Lemon. Catty Cake. Catty Cake is an actual cake. She lives her cake life quietly observing others from the kitchen counter. Fluffy Buddy. He is a soft and cuddly cat cloud hybrid, just waiting to be somebody's best friend. Why doesn't he have a best friend yet? I'm getting impatient for him. Kathy. This cat has an award-winning smile. Not really. She's never won an award for anything. Kathy's smile is powerful enough to light up the entire room. Bunny Christmas. Who forgot about Bunny Christmas? This festive bunny takes so much joy in the Christmas season. The mini Christmas tree on top of her head is her permanent accessory, and the other Christmas character, Santa Blob. Santa Blob is the one who keeps all of the elves on track while Santa is out drinking milk and eating cookies. He often feels underappreciated and wishes that one day someone would recognize his hard work. Santa Blob, we see you. Darla. Darla is an artistic squirrel who is serious about her creations. The other squirrels prefer
beige
and can't understand why Darla feels the need to use so many tacky colors. This is one of 2 candy ninjas. They did not have names, so I gave them names. This one is named Suki. Suki is a ninja from a far-off candy world. We don't know exactly where this world exists, we just know that it's elsewhere. Ever since she's been tasked with training her giant baby sidekick Andrew, she's been exhausted. Andrew is a giant baby that needs constant supervision. He's most often found taking a nap on the job or crying because he's hungry. Michel is a French mouse who... Got a blur in my eye. He's not stuck. He can take the donut off whenever he wants, but he doesn't want to. Oh, rainbow, rainbow, rainbow.
Oh, yes.
Her face is one of true innocence. Please never refer to her as the Rainbow Cat. She prefers to be called just Rainbow. Panda, here we go. Despite her name, Panda is a dog. Yes, a dog. Panda was originally supposed to be designed as a panda, but her strawberry lemonade design ended up looking remarkably dog-like. The barking confirmed it. Oh boy, this freak. Okay, Zippy. Zippy is an alien bean body who often gets excluded from the group. Honestly, he brings it on himself. He makes unnecessarily large messes and never cleans up after himself. Also, he slapped Tom in the face, and that was not okay. Beige Boy. I'll bet none of you remember this. It was some random drawing I did, but for whatever reason, I decided to keep him in this book. He's boring. Exceptionally boring. His favorite meal is a plain cracker without salt. He wishes for a friend, but that's probably not gonna happen. Okay, next is Potato. Potato has a gorgeous rotund blob body. You can get on his good side by complimenting his 2 tiny hairs on top of his head. Potato loves them. Callie. Callie is happiest when she's eating ice cream with her friend Potato. These 2 blobs can carry on for hours eating ice cream and talking about hair care. This character I did name. Ow!
That was my shoulder.
Previously referred to him as the ugly cute monster. I decided to honor him with a name, which was more than he deserved. But I call him Boris. And if anyone is named Boris, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say that
You're ugly.
I just thought that it fit him. Boris was intended to be a perfect combination of ugly and cute. Boris got hit with the ugly stick a little too hard. Now he's just an ugly monster holding a stupid green heart. Second cousin, Burp. Burp is the even derpier version of cousin Derp, if you can believe that. That's a big statement, I know. He is somewhat of a polarizing character as most cannot tolerate his extreme level of derpiness. Baby Rosie.
Baby Rosie.
Baby Rosie is the baby version of Rosie the Bashful Dragon, and
Oh, isn't she so cute?
this was Rosie before her bashful nature had fully developed. Dorothy. She's a blob, she's a flower, which makes her a flob. She's a flob. She's a strawberry, which makes her a flawberry. That's not a real thing though. Okay. Dorothy is part of the Flob family, which is a real thing. Let's give it credibility. Max. Max is a dirty thief. He has been caught red-handed, literally, because strawberry juice is all over his hands, stealing strawberries on numerous occasions. Max has decided to disguise himself as Wilfred, knowing that nobody would ever suspect sweet Wilfred. Clara. She dislikes being alone and is constantly latching on to any companion she can find. She struggles to read others' emotions. Oh, did I get too deep into this one? She once followed Bert around for 3 days straight, never once realizing that her constant chatter was getting on his last nerve. Misty. She suddenly emerged from a cloud of mist during the night. Nobody knows how she got here. Misty is a true mystery. One thing is clear, her striking green eyes are captivating to anyone who looks into them. Citrus, I don't think we've ever seen her full body before, so this was new.
And I loved it.
Citrus is a well-behaved baby. She comes from the loving household of Lemon and Lime. So far, she has only learned to say 2 words.
Please and thanks.
Oh boy, we're starting starting on the Plantimals. This specific series of characters, the Plantimals, I spent so much time on, but I did not develop their personalities very much. So we're gonna have to make this up. Also, this one didn't have a name, but I'm gonna give her a name. Her name is Nancy. She's kind of a blabbermouth. She once told Sebastian that he smelled earthy. It's kind of funny because the Plantimals are like made of dirt, so smelled earthy. Okay. Sebastian, this is the one she insulted. Sebastian is quiet and sensitive. He likes to read, and he sometimes feels like the odd one out because
He's too smart.
but everyone in the group looks up to him. Cindy, this yellow-themed Plantimal, is very shy. She feels most comfortable around Sebastian, but he hangs out in the library for way too long, and poor Cindy gets bored. She's not on his level. Barky, he is the loudest in the group. Bark, bark, bark. What is Barky worried about this time? It's just another leaf. He's barking at a leaf. Sydney. Sydney is always up for a fun activity, and she regularly coordinates ways to get all of the Plantimals together. Good for you, Sydney. Violet. Violet. What the heck do I say about Violet? Anytime there's any sort of conflict within the group, Violet is quick to serve as the mediator. She sees the good in everyone. Who's next? Lotsie. This friendly little bean body is Dotsy's baby cousin. Lotsie is happiest while eating her favorite Nofologian delicacy, star cream. Lotsie demands at least one cone per week. What a brat. Nina. Nina has eaten so many gummy worms, her feet have turned gummy worm red. It must be from all the dye. Donut Tom. One day, the alien bean body Tom found himself in a little Nofologian town called Donutsville. After some time, Tom noticed he started changing into a donut himself. That would be kind of scary. Will he revert back when he goes back home? I don't really know how donut magic works. Little Big Feet's, Little Big Feet's colors are so ugh. The Nofologian version of Bigfoot, except he's small. The bean bodies have been trying to catch him for years, but Little Big Feet's is too fast to be caught. He seems to be the only one of his kind. Baby Plessy. Unlike most babies, Plessy never cries. We're not really sure if he's truly happy or if he just doesn't have much of a personality. Next! Oh gosh, we're getting to some newer characters. Was this year? 2023?
Yeah.
No, it's not 2023. We're a year away. Panguda Cheryl. This penguin turned burger is on the run from derp. He keeps forgetting that Panguda is a living being and tries to take a bite. Pinky. Mini-Me actually requested that I name this cat
Pinky.
I have a painting of Pinky in her room, as well as a drawing of Pinky in Mini-Me's room. Pinky is a precious little cat who shows up in different settings, like in my child's bedrooms. Sounds creepy. Sometimes she likes to hang out in the clouds. Other days you can find her chilling in a cupcake. I was referring to this character as So Much Rainbow Ugly. I felt like that was a very disrespectful name. I've decided to call her Ugly Nessa because that's more respectful. How can something as beautiful as rainbow be ugly? Ugly Nessa is proof that it's possible. This overly rainbow girl has found companionship in Boris. The two bond over being ugly. Oh my gosh, it's Bearby. Oh, I don't want to mess up this bio. He's too good.
I just tried my best.
His perfectly plush fuzziness makes him one of the most huggable characters in the Emmy universe. Honestly, if I could choose one character to hug, it would be Bearby. I want to hug him. Bearby loves to roll around in the grass and eats massive amounts of honey. Kittybug, let's talk about you. This friendly insectimal is the adorable crossover of a cat and a ladybug. She is usually laughing, even if nothing funny is happening. Joel, his heart's desire is to engage in philosophical conversations. Unfortunately for Joel, there aren't many characters in the Emmy universe that enjoy discussing philosophy. He tried with Pickle, only to get a blank stare. That's so Pickle. Berry Citrus. She's a panda bear. She's also a strawberry. She also features citrus sliced ears. Also, berry means berry, but also sounds like bear, and also is a play on very. So she's very citrus.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Poopy. Oh, it's Poopy. Oh my gosh. Okay. His suspiciously seated posture looks almost as if he looks like he's doing that butt scooting thing, how the dogs like scoot their butts across the carpet when they got poop. That's why he's named Poopy. So he's a living stuffed animal who was intended to be creepy. Poopy's creepy is usually mistaken for absolutely adorable. He is well loved by many despite his unsanitary habits. Daisy is a lovely toad with a lovely affliction. Somehow an entire bouquet of perfectly arranged flowers has sprouted from her head. On Valentine's Day, her bouquet transformed into 12 red roses. Liz, how do I explain this? Liz is an animal caricature of me, M-E.
It's me.
She features all of the top M-E themes like rainbow, dessert, sprinkles, gummy blob. She's a fantastic little gummy blob who is a proud representative of the underappreciated color orange. She better watch out for Nina though. Bubble Bud. Bubble Bud forms lifelong friendships. However, his fragile nature causes him to spontaneously pop, disappearing into thin air. None of his friends can explain how he somehow always comes back a day or so later. That's weird. Why is he dying and then being reborn over and over again? That's weird. Barrett. Oh, Barrett. Barrett is a bunny who has eaten too many carrots. Or has he had just enough? His carrot-inspired features are almost too cute to handle. Oh. No wonder his girlfriend, Susie, is so obsessed with him. Moving on to Susie, and Susie is basic. Susie is often frustrated by the number of other strawberry characters. Is she even special? She's having a crisis. When Susie is feeling particularly down, her loving companion, Barrett, is always there to give her a hug. That is adorable. Okay. Am I the only one sitting here geeking out over these characters? Am I the only one? Am I alone right now? Am I insane? Am I writing 200 bios for characters that aren't real? Okay, let me not have a crisis. Who am I, Susie? Moody. Oh my gosh.
I hate you, Moody. Go away.
She's here. Moody is not only annoying to look at, she's also annoying to be around. Moody is almost always in a bad mood. She had the audacity to call Kathy's scarf tacky and criticize Darla for looking too colorful. Need I say more? She did that. Sunny lives in a tucked away cloud society within Fluffyville, capital of Dreamtopia. Dreamtopia is a very elusive place and almost impossible to find on purpose. I dreamed her up. So she comes from Dreamtopia, which is a place, it's a real place, but it's not a real place. It is a real place. You can't get there on purpose, okay? Does everyone get that? Bernard. Bernard is a member of the secret cloud society within Dreamtopia. Bernard has almost been kicked out of the society on multiple occasions due to his difficulty keeping secrets. He once revealed the location of Dreamtopia to Pickle. Fortunately, Pickle would never tell anyone and isn't really sure if he can remember what Bernard said anyway. Cookie. I kind of liked this character when I drew it originally, but I don't really like it anymore. Cookie is overly eager to make new friends and has an irritating habit of laughing at his own jokes. I just did it. I just did it again. I'm Cookie! Punchy is newer, so I haven't had an opportunity to like bring her back into another project, but Punchy will be back because I'm kind of obsessed with this one. She doesn't often have to approach others as she attracts quite an audience wherever she goes. This constant attention has made her a lazy socializer. Rhubarb. Oh, another one that I hate. Okay, I gave a lot of hate to this character when I made him, and I was surprised at the amount of people who came to his defense. People come to the defense of characters that I hate on, but I don't know if that's just because I'm hating on them and they feel bad, or if that's actually because those characters are actually well loved. Rhubarb is terrible and nobody should love him. That's so mean. Okay, not only is he awkward to look at, but he always smells like slightly rotted fruit. Next, Donut Queen, Queen of Donuts, and Her Majesty, the Donut Queen, is the epitome of regality. She is the perfect queen, except when she's not. The Donut Queen is terribly sarcastic and impatient. She is currently the fair, mostly, ruler of Donuts Village, but hopes to take over new lands soon. Cotton. I drew Cotton free from her little cotton candy bin thing. I thought it might make her cuter, but I think what I've done instead said, is made her worse. I keep her around because she's interesting. She's not my favorite. I gave her a 2-star rating. Cotton is a strange girl. Her super pastel, half and half cotton candy scheme sounds like a recipe for cuteness, but somehow it's just not. Choco Charlie, when I freed him from his cake, I really like him much better this way. Choco Charlie considers himself a sensible bear. He enjoys chocolate, the most sensible thing in the world. His in-home chocolate fountain, okay, it's sounding a little bit less sensible, is an absolute necessity. Is that true? He considers his luxury chocolate face cream to be a basic right. He's not sensible at all. Mary. As I'm jumping into Mary, you may notice I recently did this full series of like paint set animals. I liked the set as a whole, but the individual characters, I feel like there were some good ones and some that were just, they're gonna be forgotten. I just want to pick and choose the best ones from this set and let the others die. But we're keeping Mary. Mary is a pretty pig, or cow, sorry. She claims to be a cow, though most agree she looks more like a pig. And according to Nancy, the big mouth gossip, Mary oinked one time by accident. I was complaining so much when I created Mary that she doesn't look like a cow. Somebody actually sent in a mock-up with a brown nose. So I tried it when I was drawing her, and actually it did help. I think that they were right, although she still looks like a pig. Sweet Pea, often confused for an actual pea. Sweet Pea likes to curl up in the opening of paint tubes. Sweet Pea is actually a paint booger. She's the little dry piece of paint that forms
On a paint tube.
on several occasions. She has been abruptly plucked out of her cozy spot and tossed onto the floor. You know, you just Cha-Cha, she's so new. Cha-Cha is an energetic, under-the-sea performer. Cha-Cha has a limited number of dance moves. Okay, you know, she can only kind of go like that. But her enthusiastic efforts are applauded nonetheless. Diana. Decided to name her Diana, but then I decided to pronounce it weird. Diana! But I got so many comments saying that it sounds like Diana. Okay, sure. She is the replacement for the original Dalmatian dragon fruit, Speckles. But if you want to like Speckles better, fine. Just be aware that you're wrong. Speckles finds Diana utterly repulsive and refuses to even speak to her. Bitter much? Mia. You can't believe much of what Mia says because she's most likely being sarcastic. Mia couldn't care less about superficial things. She's more interested in looking for irony in situations and coming up with witty things to say. Baby Sea Bear. Combination of seal and bear. She's cute. ... Kind of. She has a tendency of playing up her babiness in order to get what she wants.
Oh, I'm just a little baby. Can I please have $100?
It's manipulative. Starla, one of the newest characters, the mama blob of the entire blob universe. Birthing an entire nation of blobs is no easy feat. Although her serious demeanor and striking colors make her intimidating to most, she actually has a very kind and nurturing spirit. Last character on the list. Good old Mr. Mushy. Mr. Mushy was created specifically for Daisy. Despite Mr. Mushy's dry sense of humor and stale conversation topics, Daisy is thrilled to spend most of her time in his company. They're happy. Woo! I did it. I did it. Okay, I have officially completed all of the bios, all of the artwork. So I am in the final phase of putting this book together, which is actually putting it together. Finally, this has been a long process. If it feels long for you, just multiply that times like 100. Feels long for me too. But anyway, let's move into the final part of this process, actually creating the books. So finally, all of the pages are ready to go, ready to be printed and placed into this freaking book. Should we do it? Yes, please do. Since I'm putting this book together at home, I'm gonna use 2 big fat binders, one for volume 1 and one for volume 2. Once I printed every single page out, here, oh my gosh, that's a lot of freaking paper. I just have to slip each one into a page protector to create my book. Why didn't I do double-sided? I probably should have. I thought, you know, in my head that I could remove individual characters and I should have. Also, at the very last minute, I realized that I completely left out a character of this whole process. Velvet. I'm so sorry, girl. Somehow, you escaped me. So I went back to the beginning of the process for this character, and I quickly whipped up her drawing, designed her page, and added it back into the book. I do love you, sweetie. I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened. I plan on using this book for my future art projects and products as a resource to keep track of all of my characters. I have so many video ideas where I can use this book. I can remove pages and pull out individual characters instead of doing things like writing names on sticky notes like I normally do. So this book is going to be super useful for me. But I am working on getting an actual book made and printed for you guys to be able to purchase. Oh, look at this. I have a blank sample of the book already. This is a little sneak peek. She's going to be big and thick. It's going to take a little bit more time to get this together. So keep watching my new videos and I'll be sure to update you guys when the guidebooks are ready to order. I do plan on maintaining this kind of process for my characters moving forward. So I think every time I make a new character, I'll just, whip up a quick drawing, put them in the book, enter in their details, and that way I don't have to do 220 all at once. Now, one of the last things I did was create a cover design for each of these. I designed the volume 1 first, and then I made volume 2, and I debated doing just the same exact design and just swapping out the characters, but I decided to do something a little bit different for volume 2 instead. I did keep the same rainbow background, that way the spines of the books, when they're together, they'll look nice and cohesive, but I feel like one day there'll probably be a volume 3 guidebook, and I think it would be kind of cool to switch up the cover design for each volume. And here they are, volume 1 and 2 of the character guidebooks. Oh my gosh! This was without a doubt the most massive project that I have ever attempted. Huge, okay? Huge. I honestly felt like this day would never come when these books are actually complete, okay? They're oh my gosh, you have no idea. So much thought and detail and info on every single page. You guys did hear some of the bios, but I chopped up these videos pretty good just to get down the length to the very long length that they still are. There's a lot in these bios that you didn't get to hear and just a lot of other information to explore about the characters. Technically, the spine text is in the wrong orientation, but I will definitely correct it for the actual book. Any one of you who made it through part 1 and part 2, I love you officially, and you shall claim the ultimate badge of honor. If you're seeing this right now, you have earned it and it is yours. Hopefully this was well worth the wait, and hopefully I'm going to be able to make some really fun videos using these books in the future. Now remember, volume 2 is not complete yet because volume 2 includes all the characters from 2024. I'll be updating this baby over the next few months as I make new characters. I do want to let you guys know that I will not be posting next week. I need because this project has been so big, I've had to put a lot of tasks on the back burner. So my to-do list has been building and building and building in the background. Next week, I'm just going to be working on getting back on track with my workflow, but I will see you the week after with a whole new batch of regular content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys not next week, but the week after. Bye!